Hi, my name is Kelvin Newman and welcome to the Brighton SEO podcast, where we share talks from one of the world's most popular search marketing conferences. The event started out as a few people meeting in an upstairs room of a pub and is now attended by over 3,000 people from all over the world. This episode is a recording of one of the speakers at a recent event.
Without further ado, let's introduce Ashley. Ashley's from SEMrush, and she's going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly for copywriting. Put your hands together for Ashley.
Awesome. Well, if he gets 5 stars for doing 3 trains and an amazing presentation, I took like a really, really long flight from California, from San Diego, so ultimately, I should definitely get some too. But anyway, I'm going to teach you guys how to write ad copy. Yeah, video works great. AdWords is awesome. Social is awesome. But people are still reading, and we're not connecting with them when they read. That's why we have to focus so much on amazing images and amazing videos, because our text sucks, and it's just boring. It's written for bots, and it's not written for humans. So I'm going to go over, I don't know where to stand to not stand in front of it. Now I get it, guy. AdWords tips, Facebook tips, LinkedIn tips, and tips for them all. But first, to kind of get to know a little bit more about where each of the ad networks stand right now. On Google, for AdWords, advertisers are getting $2 for every dollar spent on AdWords. So yeah, AdWords is incredibly expensive. Your cost per click, cost per anything is going to be dramatically higher on AdWords than anything else, but your return is looking really good right now. And then there's Facebook, where your minimum ad spend is only $1 a day. That's so cheap. That's the cheapest that you can do for advertising for online right now that actually has impacts, like getting 1,000 impressions. And then with LinkedIn ads are finally getting exciting. Whenever I talk about LinkedIn, people are always like, yeah, well, no one's really doing anything on LinkedIn except getting jobs or bugging people. Well, LinkedIn's really trying to change their game. They're really trying to up their game, and they're doing it with their advertising. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of their new stuff once we get to LinkedIn. But either way, regardless of which network you choose, you can reach thousands and thousands of people for as little as $30 a day on any of these networks. Yeah, on AdWords, you may not get the whole month, but you're still going to be able to reach thousands of people. But we need to understand the difference, because there's a dramatic difference from AdWords to Facebook to LinkedIn and advertising on those platforms. The users are different, and the ad copy should be different as well. So first, with Google AdWords, user intent is there. That's the biggest argument that we have with AdWords. People are going to Google because they need a solution, they need an answer, they have a problem. They're going to click on the ad because your ad is telling them that, hey, I'm actually the solution to the problem, or I can help you, come click on me. But with AdWords, you're looking at very, very short ad copy, and it's very bland because of how short it is, because you also have bots looking at it just as much as humans are, so it's going to be a little bit more black and white. But keywords are super relevant. And then you have things like dynamic keyword insertion, and you have keyword tools to help you better your ad copy and make it a little bit more exciting instead of just the black and white. And your goals with AdWords are going to be measured via clicks, impressions, conversions, and then the click-through rate. Facebook ads, totally different ballgame. There's absolutely no user intent. I do not come to Facebook to be sold anything or be talked into anything, yet I continue to buy clothing from Facebook on a regular basis, probably from the ads that guy is setting up. Aside from that, you actually get the benefit of very long or very short ad copy options. You can do whatever you want with your ad copy on Facebook in terms of length, whereas AdWords, you're very limited. And you're allowed to be creative. So the black and white isn't necessary on Facebook. In fact, you want to be as colorful as possible, or your ads aren't going to be looked at all because there's no user intent, again, on Facebook. In your purchase on Facebook ads, it's going to be over a very long period of time. Yes, conversions are totally going to happen on Facebook ads, but they're not going to be as fast and as instant as something on AdWords because the intent isn't there. And your goals are going to be measured differently. This is through engagement metrics and branding metrics. And then finally, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, you're speaking directly to a person. It's the only ad network out of the three where you can literally contact a person through InMail. You can go directly to your demographic and talk to them one-on-one. You can't do that on any of the other three platforms, or the other two platforms. But again, keywords aren't the primary focus with LinkedIn ads like they are in AdWords or like they can be helpful on Facebook. Results are going to be more immediate due to connections. They're not going to be as fast as AdWords are, but they're not going to be as slow as Facebook is either. And then your goals are different. Your goals are going to be measured via engagement, brand awareness, and conversions. So let's get into AdWords and figure out how you guys can actually write better ad copy that converts and make all of your bosses and clients super happy. So first, you need to provide a solution, the who, what, when, where, and why. And I hope you all can see this. Out of these ads, this ad actually stands out the most because it addresses all of these. It tells me who, it's the actable.agency. It tells me what, it's PPC, when they're gonna do it, where, how they're gonna do it, and what the solution is. None of these address that in the way that this does. It's literally providing a solution to my question right away. And you also need to think of voice search terminology with AdWords. We're not new to this, we all know voice search is super important. But why aren't we typing the way that we talk? If you aren't doing that or aren't even thinking about that yet, you need to restructure how you're creating content entirely and start paying attention to the words that we're saying, because that's what people are typing and that's what people are clicking on AdWords because it makes more sense. It's more humans. You need to be using long tail copy because we talk a lot. We type short, we write less, but we talk a lot. And we need to write like we speak. You also need to do your own voice search. You can use millions and millions of tools for voice search, but some of the best are to just pull out your phone, ask the phone the question, what you're trying to pop up for, some of the keyword terms that you're trying to use, and see what Siri populates. I don't even know what the Google or the Android Siri is, but see what they populate and see what they say, and start analyzing that to get ideas for your very own ad copy. And then think people first, keywords second. We get so consumed with having to have so many keywords in our AdWords copy. Yes, we need them, still have some, but we need to do other things that are human within our ad copy, like using pronouns, we, she, he, us. By talking human, by even adding the word we can install, the click-through rate on this ad was 4.87%. This was 0.25%. Just by adding a pronoun and making it a little bit more human, this ad changed dramatically. So focus on humanizing your copy and focus a lot less on keyword stuffing your AdWords copy. And then use numbers in your ad copy. This is a really, really easy thing to do, and there's more than one way that you can do this. So if you're doing a percentage discount and you're trying to advertise a deal, put the percentage in there and do it in numbers, not in text. If your company has won a lot of awards, if your business is the best pizza place in town and has been voted it 4 times, say 4 times, say what years it's been. Let's see those physical numbers. And if there's stats to prove your point, 25% of people choose our pizza restaurant over the other, that's not that strong, but have the stats in there if you actually have data to back it. If there's a total amount of savings that people are going to save by clicking on your ad and going through your product or your service versus someone else, it should state that. But regardless of if you use numbers, they need to be relevant to the point. When they click, and if you're saying you're going to get 25% off and they go to a landing page to a completely different product that's 50% off, huge user disconnect there. That's completely taking away the humanization of it as well. So make sure if you use any of the numbers in here, which clearly numbers are ranking better than anything else, you have to be relevant to what your ultimate goal is and what your point is when they click on your ad. And then ask questions with your ad copy in AdWords. If there's a common question that humans ask, like dealing with acne, provide the answer right there in the ad copy. Don't make it so difficult. We're very, very simple creatures. If you're tired of battling sun damage, okay, well then the ad copy can say something like the best skincare line to help combat sun damage. If you need pizza now, the fastest pizza delivery with a guaranteed delivery rate of 5 minutes or under. those are the ads that people are going to click on. And by having the question in the headline, you're immediately relating to them. You also want to use organic for headline inspiration. Again, going back to the basics and making us walk through the steps that our users do. So if you go and you can use SEMrush keyword analytics to look and get headline ideas, your subhead ideas, your body copy ideas, there's no reason that you should ever run out of content ideas for your ads or even wonder, what do people want to click on? Go to organic and see what people are searching for and then create ads based on those search queries. And now moving on to Facebook ad copy, you really want to experiment with long and short copy because Facebook lets you do it. And surprisingly, long copy can work really well. I was against it for about a year, and then more and more stats started coming through. Clients that I used to work with started having results with long copy a lot more successfully than short copy. But if you're gonna go with long copy, you also have to run the same ad with short copy. Same imagery, same video, same landing page, but you need to A/B test because certain objectives are gonna work great with long copy and they're gonna do terrible on short and vice versa. So you have to test if you're gonna run long copy. And on Facebook, anyone know what tofu, mofu, bofu is? No one knows what tofu, mofu, bofu is? Oh, all of a sudden hands come up. Okay. So I'm going to break it down in like ad copy explanation. Tofu is brand awareness stage. This is the, hey, I'm X business. We're here. We're located here. Just want to let you know we exist. So if you want to like our page, that's cool. If you want to like this post, that's also cool. Then you have the mofu. Hey, I'm this business. I also want to let you know that we have a solution. We can give you a service or we provide these products, but we're also here. And then you move on to the bofu. This is the aggressive. Not only are we here and we have this product and service, but if you act now, we're going to give you 50% off or we're going to give you a free trial. This is where you start to get aggressive. So you can do this in your Facebook ad copy, and you should be. You do this by setting up 3 different ads. Your first is your very nice, soft tofu ad, and then once people engage with your tofu ad, which is liking your page or engaging with the post at all, you then take that audience, duplicate them, make a brand new ad, change up the ad copy, and bring in the mofu ad copy. This is gonna be the, hey, we exist, but we also provide a service for you. Whoever engages with that ad, you then get very aggressive in your final ad. You've already gotten their attention. They've already engaged with your brand. They're comfortable with you. They're ready to actually make a purchase or sign up for something. Doing ads like this provides a much better user experience because you're slowly holding their hand as you walk them through what your brand is, what your business is. It also provides a better lead quality. These people now know who you are. They're very, very comfortable with you. They've gotten a taste of how you like to talk. You talk similar to them. The images is what they're looking for. Some of the images that guy used in his ads, it's very, very targeted. I mean, people at festivals, you can't get any more targeted than that when you're trying to sell clothing line. And then you're also going to get better conversions with that because ultimately you're prepping the customer and prepping the audience and the users who engage with you to be comfortable with making a purchase with your brand. And have fun on Facebook. It's the only place you can really have a lot of fun. So go ahead and have fun with your ad copy. Use emojis. It's not a crime to use emojis. It's no longer unprofessional. All the big brands and businesses are using emojis. Your mom and pop shop, your clients, they can use emojis in their ad copy as well. Just don't use 40 of them because it just looks cheap. Ask a question in the ad copy and have the image answer it. Let your whole Facebook ad work together. So yes, focus on your ad copy, but let the image and video play with what the ad copy and the headline says so it's a full story. And then use terminology that your demographic uses. People like this, Californians, would say, yeah. So they put it in the ad, and so automatically I'm more comfortable. The image relates, the text relates, the emoji's fun. I kind of want to engage with the ad. You also need to think about your tone of voice. So these are 3 completely different ads, same image, but they change the way the copy is based on their demographic that's into high-end restaurants, sports restaurants, and family restaurants. that doesn't mean it's completely different demographics. They have one main demographic, people who want to come to a restaurant, but they have micro demographics with that. And so you need to think about what's your demographics persona. And if they have more than one, that's okay. And then, do they use slang terms? Do they even have slang terms? Do they use local terminology? Do they prefer a high-end restaurant, or do they prefer going to a sports-themed restaurant? You need to write ad copy that actually matches that and attracts the demographics persona. And then tell a story with your content. The entire ad should be based on your buyer's persona, and then identifying what their pain points are. So go back to thinking about Adwords, and yes, someone's asking a question, you're providing a solution. Even though we're not asking a question on Facebook, you should still be providing a solution to a problem that we may not even know exists. And state how your product or service is going to solve those pain points. You can also utilize influencer content. This is a little hack. Only works with micro influencers. So you get influencers to give you access to their Facebook page, which micro influencers are like, sure, yeah, totally, come on into the back end of my Facebook page. There's nothing bad back there. And then you run ads promoting your content. So they're already creating influencer content for you. When they go to post it on Facebook, go into the back end, run an ad, promote that post, and then you can use their audience for retargeting that audience as well. You also need to think mobile first on Facebook. Mobile index, here for Google, we've all heard it, it's the end of the day, mobile everything. But 56.5% of Facebook users only log in on mobile. That is officially more than half of Facebook users only go on through mobile. And 89% of Facebook ad revenue is coming from mobile, which Facebook is super happy about. So we have to think mobile first with our ad copy and the actions that we're asking them to take. We can't say things that someone can't do on mobile. If you're writing ad copy that I can't achieve on mobile, I'm not going to engage with your ad. I'm going to keep scrolling. So have ad copy actions, your call to actions, things that I can do on my device, like install now, download, watch this video, check in, which keep in mind, if you're going to have someone watch a video, make sure you check that box and make sure that they're connected to Wi-Fi and a good Wi-Fi connection, because otherwise they're going to go to click the button, watch your video, and your video is not going to load. As far as LinkedIn ad copy tips, this is kind of coming back a little bit more to AdWords. LinkedIn is very much so in the middle of Facebook and AdWords. You need to keep your copy short and sweet. Your headlines need to be under 150 characters. Your descriptive copy, which is at the top, needs to be 70 characters. If you go over the 70 characters, that's okay, but you're gonna have the read more. And on desktop and mobile, that doesn't look good. We don't always press the read more. Your most important copy, if you can't keep it in 70 characters, just needs to be at the first part of it. And then anything over 100 characters is gonna be cut off on desktop. And please don't copy and paste InMail. How many people get InMail messages? You all get InMail messages, and we all hate the InMail messages because it's the same InMail message over and over. It's this copy and paste from a recruiter or this one brand that wants you to demo their product that they just launched, or they're trying to get funding for, and they want you to give them a rating about it, and no one really cares, because I know that you're sending it to 10,000 other marketers or 10,000 other LinkedIn users who have the word marketer in their profile. So address the person's name. That's the least you can do when you're going to do sponsored InMail with your ad copy. And take the time to actually customize the InMail body text. Do not copy and paste. Even if you change 2 words, just have a variety of templates to choose from that all have the same point, but try and customize the actual body text. Otherwise, it's very obvious when you're just copy and pasting the same thing. And it's not a formal letter. Yes, LinkedIn's professional, but you don't need to write like it. Keep it short, personal, and get to the point with your LinkedIn email. This is not an actual email. This is still a social media network. And put your professional pants on. LinkedIn is used by professionals, so your ad copy should actually resemble that. You need to be somewhat more impressive. You can't just be black and white, and you can't be too much fun on LinkedIn. Your brand actually has to still have a very suit and tie feel to it. You need to provide a solution to professional problems with your ad copy. because you're on LinkedIn and that's the demographic that's on LinkedIn. You need to use professional terminology. I don't know why that keeps popping up and down, but enjoy it. You also need to offer an improvement opportunity. So I'm on LinkedIn, and the people that are on LinkedIn are on there because they want their profile to be seen, they want their resume to be seen, and they also want to improve themselves by being there for future opportunities. So let your ad copy present an opportunity to them. They're going to be more excited and more likely to engage and maybe actually want to try that demo that you keep telling me to try. And then run micro campaigns. Because the audience on LinkedIn is so specific, you can actually go into micro audiences. So this is First Republic Bank, finance. That's a range of people who can relate to a financial company in ads. But what they did is they ran very, very hyper-targeted campaigns, and they ran it to single people, not married people. The first 3 words immediately reach out to those single people. For unmarried couples. Great ad copy. You immediately caught the eye of someone who is single. You're already targeting them. And that means creating a bunch of different ads, which is time consuming, annoying. We can all complain about that. But if we want our ads to actually convert, we need to be micro targeting and writing ads for each of those micro audiences. And then video content. Video content is new for LinkedIn. They're trying to be super cool and do everything that Facebook is doing and soon to be Instagram. And one of the ways that they're doing that is with video ads. So if you start doing video ads on LinkedIn, and if you start doing it now, you're going to position yourself as a thought leader because no one's really doing it yet because it's so brand new. You can use these videos to tell your brand story. You can also use them to share stories of customer success. If you don't have testimonial videos, you need to have testimonial videos. It could be very informal. Ask a couple of your best customers to provide feedback to you and to do it in video form. Promote it on LinkedIn. Do a quick demo of your product. Have an influencer do a demo of your product and promote that. Give a sneak peek of your webinar. Or if you have an event coming up, do a promo video for it. Give a preview of what to expect at the event. Some tips for all of these ad networks, regardless of which ones that you go with, you need to use local terminology. No one is doing this on LinkedIn. I spent hours and hours trying to find one single LinkedIn ad that actually had a city or region in the ad copy. So if you start doing this on LinkedIn, you're going to be some of the first to do it, and I can guarantee you that your conversions are going to be very high because no one else is doing it as far as advertisers. On Facebook and on Adwords, we have to be adding in that local region, especially if you're a brick and mortar, if you're a local mom and pop shop, you need to be having that local terminology inside of your ads. And think timely, not past tense. An advertisement about last year's New Year's Eve party for this year's New Year's Eve party is completely irrelevant to me because it's spring. It does not matter. That means creating several different ads and changing up your AdWords text per season. If you're a cleaning business, change it up based on the season. If you're an events business and you do quarterly events, that means each quarter you need to have ad copy that actually reflects the season that you're in as well as the time period. It's going to help you feel more like a human with your ad copy. And another way to feel more human is by actually satisfying the human emotion. So we have to do both bots and humans with all of these ads. We have to make sure we're hitting our metrics with the bots, make sure they're seeing the keywords, make sure Facebook's algorithm is happy with our ads, we're getting good relevancy score with our ads, and that LinkedIn is going to actually show our ads. And you can do this by making sure that you're receiving both engagement and metrics. If you're not getting both human engagement and hitting the metrics that you need to on a bot standpoint, then there's something wrong with your ad copy on any of the networks that you go with. And focus on emotional ad copy just as much as you focus on keywords. This is a super fun ad. And you know when you're looking for ads and you're looking for something on Google and then Google doesn't show you it because you're looking really hard for it? So I had to actually go and Google search images for AdWords that have emotions. First one that came up, and it's fantastic. It clarifies the benefit right away. You can catch your cheating husband. It has an angry tone of voice. If you're trying to catch your cheating husband, you are not the happiest person in the world. You're already angry just doing this search. And then the URL, just like, it adds even more emotion. Cheating-husband. boom, like that's all you need. And so when you're trying to think of how you can actually add emotions, there's so many ways that you can do it within your AdWords, your Facebook ad campaigns, and your LinkedIn ad campaigns, just by thinking of your own behavior patterns. Think of the way that we're actually talking, and then write ads. When women may be thinking that their husbands are cheating and they're talking to each other, they're gonna say, how do I catch my cheating husband? It's right there. That's how you do it. And it even offers the solution. You can find them by unknown numbers and by usernames. And the one before had your email address as well. And know what your competitors are doing, because you're not the only one advertising on social media and on AdWords. You can do competitor research to see what kind of content your competitors are doing. Are they writing their own content? Are they using influencers' content? Or are they using other users' content? And then you can do some competitor research. So for AdWords, you can look at the competitive analysis using SEMrush's advertising research. You're gonna see exactly what ads your competitors are writing and see if it's actually benefiting them. And then if it is, oh cool, that headline works for them, let's make it work for me too. That body copy is working for them, let's make it work for me too. And then you can also look at the competitive analysis domain overview for even more AdWords ad copy ideas. For social, a great way to figure out what your competitors are doing on social is follow them on social. Yes, it hurts to give them one more like, one more fan, but really it's not gonna make a difference. So go ahead and like them. You're gonna get their ads are gonna slowly start to be served to you. And then you can also use a tool like AdFox to see your competitors' ads. So if you can't afford and just are too terrified to give your competitor one new fan or one new like, then you can use a tool like AdFox to actually visually see what your competitors' ads are on social. And finally, A/B test ad copies. If you get nothing else from this presentation other than that awesome cheating husband AdWords ad, you have to A/B test your copy. Use the same time period, the same landing page, the same demographic, just change the headlines and the ad copy to see what actually works. Because generally what we think is gonna work, what we put so much time and research into actually working, doesn't always work. And then when we change it just ever so slightly, our clicks and our conversion rate can change dramatically. So please A/B test everything that you do with AdWords, Facebook, and LinkedIn to really figure out what works for you. And if you'd like a copy of all these slides, you can email me, ashley.ward@semrush.com, and it'll also have more information about the tools inside.
This was originally recorded at a Brighton SEO conference. If you want to listen to more episodes or find out about the conference itself, you can do at brightonSEO.com.